Well, gentlemen. That concludes week 3. Welcome to the week 3 wrap up. I'm your host, Zach, Big Sexy Bass Singer, at your service. Well, gentlemen, this week was filled with few stinky blowouts, but a couple kind of close games. Starting with me versus Calvin for this first week, I squeaked out a 4-point victory, 113-109. And for those of you who don't draft kickers and defenses early like me, and you wait till pretty much the final round, honestly, it kind of would have made a difference this week. I'm not going to lie to you, because I had the Jets defense, and my kicker got me 3 and 4 points. Calvin's got him 2 and 3 points, respectively. And Calvin, if you had a defense that was worth a damn, aka the Cowboys, going against the freaking Cardinals, who would have thought that they would lay an egg and lose? Wild, because I thought the freaking Cardinals were the worst team in football. Apparently it's Cowboys now all of a sudden. So that's kind of wild. I don't think anyone's a Cowboy fan, so that doesn't sting for anyone in the league. Maybe a couple closet Cowboy fans. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah. So anyways, maybe a kicker or defense is kind of worth it, honestly. A little bit earlier than the last rounds. Am I going to change my tune? No. Because kickers are not people. And neither is defense. Boom. But anyways, yeah, 4-point victory for me this week. Yay me. Only put up 113 points, though. That would not compete with most people in this league. We got some point scorers this week, yo. Coming in next is my brother Jamin versus Paul. We kind of thought that might have been a little bit ugly, and we were 100% correct. Jamin beat the hell out of Paul 165-89. Yeah. So, Paul, I'm sorry about it, bro, but you are this week's sacrificial lamb, and thank you. Thank you. Good on you for taking that one like a champ, pal. My brother had Keenan Allen go off for 47 points. Wild. He even threw a touchdown. Keenan Allen. Yeah, that's right. Keenan Allen threw a touchdown. Justin Jefferson continues 3 weeks now of excellent games, proven he's worth the number 1 pick. 27 points for him. Paul, you had Derrick Henry put up 2 for you, so I'm sure you are ripping your hair out, and you wish you could rip Henry's dread out, probably. That was dreadful. Boom, pun intended. Chuba Hubbard, you're starting for some freaking reason. Put up 2 points. I think you started him last week. Jesus Christ, bro, you need to find anything else. He is god-awful. And the reason you're probably starting him is because you have no Austin Eckler still for the second week. Paul, I am so sorry. You probably would have lost anyways this week. I mean, you got blown out by like 65, 75, 76 points. So, better luck next week, pal. Hopefully you play anyone but Jamin. Looks like you probably play someone else. But, yeah, it was kind of similar to the Broncos game this week. Am I right? Broncos fans? Anyone? 70-20. My God. What a butt whooping. I'll leave it at that. You guys are suffering enough. Aaliyah and Braden had an interesting game. 141-157. Braden sneaked a victory away from Aaliyah. She had Mike Williams put up 25 points. And she was out Saquon Barkley this week as he's dealing with a ankle injury of some sort. Avoided catastrophe there. He's only out a couple weeks. But Braden had Raheem Mostert. That dude is very fast. And that dude put up 45 points. Pretty much anyone, if you had him in that Dolphins-Broncos game, you're going to put up big points. And Mostert put up 45. This was his first game without Nick Chubb. And it's looking to be a good one. Bray, I thought you were going to go completely defeated this year, pal. I didn't think your team had a chance. And you put up 157 without Chubb. Maybe Chubb has the loser curse because he plays for the Browns. And the Browns have not won anything ever. And maybe without Chubb, who knows if you believe in that juju. I don't. And Braden, good for you, though, pal, because Raheem Mostert looks like he is the real deal, man. That dude has put up points for you, dog. So keep that train going. Coming up next, though, Dirty Mike and Dingus. Mike, you had Kenneth Walker put up 30 for you, as he's at 2 weeks now with 2 touchdowns or more. Good for you, you freaking turd. Mari Cooper, 24 points. That's awesome, too. Dingus, though, had Tyreek Hill put up 30, and he started David Montgomery, who coincidentally got him 0 because he didn't play. Dingus didn't turn in the lineup. Dingus doesn't give a rat's ass if he wins or loses. Mike does, and Mike gets the win. congratulations, Mike. I was rooting for you to lose because I'm still a little salty from beating me last week. But good for you, pal. And better luck next week to Dingas. Hopefully you'll turn the lineup, you freaking turd. Adam, though, 176. Laho, 139. Adam's throwing up some points, dog. He had 5 players who had 20-plus points. The Bills were one of them. 29 points from a defense. Dude, good luck beating anyone if they're getting that production out of a defense. Tua had damn near 40 points. That is insane. Good for you, Adam. You are a freaking machine, and you are earning more and more respect for me as your weeks go on because I'm starting to consider you a threat. Not much of a threat. I think a piece of paper could be a threat. It could give you a paper cut. So Adam, keep going. 176, though, is nothing to laugh about. That means you mean business, sir. And I applaud you. And Laho was on the butt end of that. And I hope you wore 2 pairs of underwear this week, Laho, because you got a spanking. And you had Devontae put up 42 for you. Joe Burrow, 10 points. Josh Jacobs, 11 points. Dude, I feel so bad for you, though, because you should be getting way more out of those guys, and you are not, and I feel bad for you. And you know what I feel even worse for? Your team. Because that whole team, top to bottom now, doesn't stand a chance, especially without those 2 guys. So, good for you. Just wanted to, as a wrap-up for this week, just want to give you some news and notes around the league. The story of Allen Lazard continues as Adam cut him, so now he is a free agent. Anyone can pick him up again. He gets, like I said, passed around like Calvin's mother, just from man to man to man to man to man to man. And, yeah. So, someone pick up Allen Lazard so we can keep this gravy train rolling. Another thing I thought I'd say that was kind of interesting was there was a trade that happened this week between Braden, who was desperately trying to give his team CPR, and Calvin, who his team might be dead. So we'll see. But the trade was Calvin got Jaylen Warren, the running back from the Steelers, Dak Prescott, and the rookie Addison, wide receiver from the Vikings. Braden got Jalen Hurts, superstar trade right there. That's probably the only superstar in this trade. And Jerome Ford, who, since Nick Chubb went out, boom, new Browns running back. Hello, he's on Braden's team. And that's kind of wild because when you add those 3 guys that Calvin got, they scored 37 points. And the 2 guys Braden got put up 43. Who's winning this trade so far? Looks like Braden. Kind of wild. Did Calvin get trade raped? Is Braden coming alive from being dead previously? Possibly. I was doing some numbers and crunching this and kind of seeing like what would have happened if maybe this trade didn't go down. And if Calvin still had Ford on his team, very, very possible. I don't think he would have cut him with Nick Chubb getting hurt. He would have got 19 from him. And instead, he would have started him instead of either of his crappy running backs, which he is scraping the bottom of the barrel, guys. He has no one else. Those running backs got him 8 and 5 points each. Calvin would have won with that point differential in his game. And Bray would have scored 6 less points against Aaliyah this week from Dak and 11 less points with starting Warren, the running back from the Steelers. So if he wouldn't have started Jalen Hurts, had his old guy, Jaylen Warren, instead of his old guy, right? That adds up to 17 points, which Braden won this week by 16. Braden would have lost by 1 point this week, fellas, if he would not have made that trade. So far, good on you, Braden. You may have saved a game this year, possibly your season. Probably not, but possibly. Calvin, you may have completely flushed your team down the drain. So, yeah, just thought I'd bring that to the league's attention about that trade, and we'll kind of monitor that as the year goes on and see who really did win that deal. Could be a 1-week thing, could be a season thing. Probably both of them think they're going to both benefit all year. We'll see. So far, Braden, I kind of give you the edge, pal. But looking forward, we wanted to say the next week's matchups. Me versus my brother, mano a mano. Not looking forward to that. Just kidding. Yes, I am. I'm always good to beat down my older brother. Mike versus Aaliyah. Paul and Adam. Braden and Laho. Calvin and Dingas. Some spicy matchups this week. Spicy matchups. I also wanted to say the highest scoring teams thus far, 3 weeks into the season, are 1, Jamin, my brother, 2 is Aaliyah. Kind of shocking. Kind of shocking. I think she's 1 and 2. She's the second highest scoring team in the league. Kind of wild. And Adam, number 3. And what's wild, the difference between Aaliyah and Adam from 2 to 3 is less than a point. 0.6 points is what separates these guys. So, 6 yards is what separates the boys from the women. So, Adam, get better, not bitter. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you'll do better. Aaliyah's bound to fall off a cliff. I've looked at her team many times. In fact, it's basically my second team. Not really. Aaliyah manages that. Good for her. Lowest scoring teams. Big old losers. Braden, not on the list, guys. I thought for sure, man, with the way that team was constructed originally, but that dude is freaking massaging that team, man. And he is making it look way better than what it was. So he is playing GM of the year right there. But Paul, worst guy in our league so far. Laho, number 2. Calvin, the commissioner, number 3. That is the cock-a-doodoo teams in the league. Anyone else who wasn't mentioned among myself? We are just hoping we make playoffs and pray for a couple injuries, maybe. Don't really, but maybe. Wouldn't be that bad. Anywho, just thought I'd sum up this week. And best of luck to you guys going into week 4. Best of luck and stay sexy, my friends. Stay sexy.